All right, so this is what I will be doing now, I guess. I want to have more time to be able to work on this. I give myself about an hour every day of intense focus. No distractions. I go to the library and do creative work in that I write about topics that I want to for about 25 minutes, and then, or like ideas, and then I convert those ideas to into sort of Substacks, and then maybe I'll start doing like Twitter posts or something. But there's no rigid plan because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I think that's okay because I'm doing something, and something's not nothing, which is what I was doing. Which gets me into the topic, I guess, of what I wanted to talk about today, of, I guess, waking up early. And it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. Another person tells me should we wake up at 5 a.m., join the 4 a.m. club, join the 5 a.m. club. And yes, I read the book by Robin Sharma about 5 a.m. club. And honestly, I didn't like it. Call me a critic, call me uncultured, but I thought there was a lot of fluff around the main idea of waking up early, and it could all be consolidated into about 25 pages. He takes an interesting way to convey the message of why you should get up early and the benefits of it. So I'm going to try to explain that, not because of his video, but because of how it has affected my life. Once you wake up early, personally, I wake up at 5. I wake up at 5 a.m. on the dot. Just wait to a coworker. 5 a.m. on the dot, and it's miserable. It sucks for the first 15 minutes. And at times you're disoriented and stumble and make a lot of mistakes because you're so out of it if you wake up so quick. But you can get around that if you give yourself an extra 15 minutes just to wake up. But my point is, waking up early allows you to start the day on a win. It allows you to start the day when you say, on your own terms. It allows you to take control of a part of your life. Many people wake up every day to their alarm clock, and they'll take a shower and go to work. And that's the start of their day. And I did that, and it sucked. Because you have no other option, and you're not waking up for yourself, you're waking up for someone else. Waking up for yourself is important because you allow yourself to be able to make a choice of how you want. This is where the real part of this video comes in, of when I can't talk and I'm not allowed to edit. By waking up early, you're making a choice, right? If you wake up when you're told to, or when you have to get into work, you're waking up on someone else's terms. You're waking up by someone else's choice. And you made the choice of not having a choice. Therefore, society is going to give you a default choice, which is you go into work. And that's just how the world runs. And so you have to make a conscious effort to either wake up earlier or stay in bed and go to work on time. The reason I think waking up early before work and doing something is so good, and a lot of people will say this, is because you have an hour of, not even an hour, you can wake up earlier than that. However early your work starts, however early you have to do something else that society says you must do this. However much time that is before you have to actually do stuff and let people into your life is uninterrupted. And that's really important because the whole rest of the day you're catering to other people. There's not a lot of time where you don't have to actually do stuff. I know if you have kids, I don't have kids yet, like it's different. Oh, I can't wake up early because I have kids. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I can't give you advice on that. But if you're in a similar situation as me, waking up early before anyone else allows you time to do something, and something uninterrupted, which is really important because it's so easy to become interrupted nowadays. So I wake up at 5, I go to the gym. I think it's better to go to the gym then because increase in cortisol, which is what you want in the morning. B, nobody wants to do that. So if you do that, it's a hard thing to do. So therefore you're doing something hard that not a lot of people do, and it's less crowded. And you're giving yourself energy for the rest of the day. Now, you might not have the energy output that you would during the rest of the day, but you give yourself energy by working out before doing, some important work, or just going to your job. Because you're increasing your adrenaline, you're spiking your cortisol. All of these things allow you to output more energy throughout the day. With that being said, you can do it after work. And I noticed that when I would work out after work, I would be there longer than I needed to be. And I wouldn't have any time. Like, you don't have time to do stuff you like if you work out after work. You like nothing. You have no time. You go home, you wake up, right? You go home, you eat. You wake up in bed, you go to work, you come home, you eat, or you go to the gym and you eat. And after that, you have maybe 1 or 2 hours. And most people at this tail end of the day are so exhausted that they just flop into bed. And this is why it's important that I think it's important to work out before you work into your job, because you have all of this time now to be bored. And being bored is another thing that people don't do enough of. Your body, once you get into this bored state, you actually trigger something. You trigger thought patterns, and you're sitting at a red light and you have these crazy thoughts, or you're in the shower and you have these crazy thoughts that you wouldn't have if you were stimulated, because you're bored. A lot of people nowadays aren't as bored, but that's besides the point. The whole idea of waking up early is you get uninterrupted time to do something. You could do a craft, you could do work, independent work, or you could work on yourself, your body, whatever it is. You have time to do that without someone telling you to do stuff. And I find that days that I don't do something right away, or wake up late, people are there trying to get your attention, people are there trying to distract you. Another thing is you have more time to do stuff because you do the hard stuff first. And another, a really important thing is having energy to do things, the willpower to do things. In the morning, you have the most willpower because you've just rested for X amount of hours, 7 to 8 hours. Towards the tail end of the day, you really don't want to do stuff because you've done so much that day already and you're not reset. So I like to really stack my day towards the front end of the day because you have more willpower towards the beginning of the day. Another added benefit is you stop yourself from doing bullshit that you're not supposed to be doing. Like, the things you do late at night are things you shouldn't be doing. And who's to say I tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing? I am not that person. But if you are on this path to achieving something, or you're trying to set out goals, most of the time, if you don't set aside this time to do something important, it's going to be filled in with useless stuff. Entertainment, some sort of dopamine spiking action, or just some nonsense that you're not supposed to be doing. And you know this because late at night you'll be scrolling on your phone, you'll be eating food you're not supposed to. It's like because you don't have the willpower at the end of the day. So if you can get to bed early and wake up early and you allow yourself that time in the morning, it's honestly very helpful. I can go on hours and hours, but I hate making long videos and I have to go back into work. But this is what I think I'm going to be doing now. More, it's probably going to be in the car talks, and then create a sort of script or idea that I like to talk about beforehand, like the day before. And this isn't scripted, but I like to get my thoughts out on paper before I convey them to you all, because if it's not well thought out, I think this is like a meaningless video, right? I'm just talking, I'm just another person. Anyway, that's it.